What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today is going to be a lot different than what I usually do. I'm just trying new things out, so we'll see how this video does. But today I'm telling you guys how I got all 4 legendaries in Brawl Stars, because they all have their own amazing story. Except for one of them. One of them I straight up just bought, but I'm not telling you which one until we get there. Real quick, like and subscribe for the next 5 years or your luck will never be as good as mine. Bruh. So the first legendary that I ever got, this is kind of common knowledge on my channel at this point, but for anybody who doesn't know it, I actually ended up getting Crow really early into the game. Like before the game came out globally, it was before the game was even in landscape, and this was when Spike and Crow were the only 2 legendaries and Mortis was still an epic brawler. So this was in the very beginning of the game, and I got Crow before I got any epics. I got Crow before I think I even got all the rares. I got him so early on, and I didn't spend any money on the game back then. So that can just give you a little insight on how lucky I got on this account, and this actually kind of brings me back to Clash Royale, because I got the Ice Wizard back when the Ice Wizard and the Princess were the only 2 legendaries in that game, and I ended up getting the Ice Wizard when I was in the first arena where you can get him, Arena 5, which was like Spell Valley or something. I got the Ice Wizard at the earliest possible time, free to play in Clash Royale, and then in Brawl Stars I ended up getting Crow free to play in like one of the earliest versions of the game that you could possibly get him in. So I got super lucky in both of those games, and for some reason I always called myself an unlucky player, but now I'm realizing I was actually extremely lucky, like ungodly lucky for no reason. I don't know why. And that's why to this day Crow is my favorite brawler in Brawl Stars, and the Ice Wizard is my favorite card in Clash Royale. Even though after I got the Ice Wizard I literally didn't stop complaining about him until I got another legendary, because back then he was really bad, but now he's really good. But I don't play that game anymore, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, so let's set the scene of when I got Crow. So I was playing Dead Rising 1, and I was trying to get the achievement where you kill 53,594 zombies, and that took hours. Like I was literally sitting there for like 8 hours trying to get that achievement. But at one point I paused and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna play a couple matches of Brawl Stars, because you know, you could just hop in. And so I did that. You know, I just wanted to get some boxes. I wanted to get all the coins that I could get, and at that point I was kind of zoning out. Like I was pretty tired, because I was literally sitting there playing Dead Rising and just trying to get these zombie kills. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't in the summer, it was actually just during the school, but probably on a weekend or something like that. But yeah, I was sitting there playing Dead Rising. I played a couple matches of Brawl Stars in between, and then I got a couple boxes, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna spam through these because I never get anything anyways. And then I click through them and Crow just pops up, because back then like they didn't have a spinning animation, and when you got a brawler they just popped in your face, which I actually really prefer. I don't like how you get to see what you're getting before you get it, and I also really don't like how there's a flashing number. I just wish that, you know, it would just pop in your face, because it's like a jump scare, but you enjoy it. It's not like a scary thing. In a sense it's a jump scare because you kind of freak out when it pops up. It's just like, wait, what? But yeah, Crow popped into my face and I kind of lost my breath, and I was just staring at my phone for a few seconds, because back then I like really freaked out when I got something super rare in a game, because that's really all I could play besides like Xbox games offline, because back then all I had was data. I didn't have internet, so yeah, all I could play online was like Brawl Stars and other mobile games. So when I got something cool I kind of freaked out. So when I got Crow, yeah, I freaked out a lot, because he was really cool. And back then Crow was even cooler because he had way more range, his super was way different, and overall I really prefer the old Crow, but I mean he's still cool now. And back then survivability was way better, because now you can get 2-shotted by pretty much any brawler in the game as Crow, but back then every brawler was a lot more tanky and it was harder to just kill people, especially because Crow was really fast. He had the fastest movement speed in the game besides Mortis, and Brawl Stars actually required skill back then, and you actually had to aim to hit your shots instead of auto aim. Like auto aim didn't exist back then, so if you were good at dodging then you could literally outplay people like crazy. And that was pretty much what kind of brawler Crow was. Plus he got his super a lot faster. It was just a way cooler thing. I don't really know. But yeah, I'm gonna put some footage of me playing Crow, because I actually recorded myself playing Crow a long time ago, actually back in portrait mode, so you guys can see that. It's probably laggy, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I didn't have a good setup at all. But that is the story of how I got Crow and how I reacted. So moving on to the next one. This one is extremely weird, because the way I got Spike was different than anybody else would have ever thought. So initially what I did to try to get Spike, this was once again back in portrait, like I just really wanted him, so I was trying to figure out the fastest way to get a brawler. Like I wanted Spike so bad, it was insane. He was just such a cool brawler, and I would literally do anything to try to get him. And I thought, what if you make a new account, you get all the beginning boxes, because you get a lot of boxes from leveling up your people. It was a lot different back then. There was only like certain ways that you could get boxes. Doing this wouldn't work at all now, so I don't recommend doing it, because just it's not even worth it. But I tried it back then. I made probably like 10 accounts where I just tried getting people in like the first few boxes, and eventually I gave up on that because it wasn't working. But then I kept one of the accounts that I used because it got lucky with like something else. I don't really know what I got, but it was something that made me want to keep the account for some reason, which that account is actually my main account now. So yeah, that account that I got Spike on is now my main account. It's kind of weird. My actual main account back then had every brawler in the game. It had everything. But then later on, I decided for my mini account, I would just use that to make YouTube videos, because back then dropping trophies was like a really bad thing, and it was extremely easy to drop trophies, and it was also extremely hard to get 500 trophies on any brawler because the threshold was way different back then. So I wanted to keep my main account as my pushing account, and then I had my second account, which was the account that I got Spike on, as my mini, where I would just record videos. And on that account, I just wouldn't care about trophies. But then I ended up playing on that account so much that I ended up getting even more brawlers than my main account, and now that's my main account. It's a really weird process, but again, I made that account basically to try to get Spike, and a month in, I ended up getting Spike on that account anyways, so it all paid off no matter what I did. So I didn't have Spike on my main, but I had Crow on my main, and then I had Spike on the mini, so I literally had both of the legendaries. And I also remember exactly where I was and what I was doing when I got Spike. I was at my dad's house, and I was just clicking through some boxes. I was on my bed, and Spike just popped in my face. Again, he jump scared me because that's how it was back then, which again, I prefer. But yeah, he jump scared me, and then I freaked out just like Crow. I was like, oh my god, I just got Spike. Oh my god. Oh my god, I just got Spike. He's on my account forever now. Oh my god. And yeah, that was pretty much that. So Leon is the dumb one. I really thought that I wouldn't have any chance of getting him, and at this point I was actually making YouTube content without it being super laggy or bad. I was actually trying to make videos that were decent. So at that point I'm just like, okay, I want to make a Leon video, and I just want him in my account anyways, so I just bought Leon. There was nothing really to that. But the next one, Sandy, this one is actually really weird because I ended up getting him right away, like Crow and like the Ice Wizard in Clash Royale. I ended up getting Sandy right away as soon as he came out, and this one was actually on recording, so I'll link that video in the description down below so you can go watch that, because my reaction was actually amazing. So I was gonna do an unboxing video, and of course I was trying to get Sandy in it, and I actually ended up getting Sandy within like 10 small boxes. And while I was recording that, I really wasn't expecting to get him, but I was just trying to play it off like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna try to get him, like, dude, I'm gonna get him, and then I ended up getting him. So the third legendary that I just randomly ended up getting, so that was just really weird. So I guess you could say that I got extremely lucky with a lot of things in these kind of games. Some people don't see legendaries in years, but I got Crow right away, and I got Sandy right away, and I also got Spike by making a mini account. I know I mentioned this before, but just don't spam make a bunch of mini accounts, because you'll just be wasting your time. The way the system works now is like, I'm pretty sure you start with really low legendary chances, so the chances of you even getting any of them would be really low, so just don't even do that. It's not worth it. But yeah, that's how I got all 4 legendaries in Brawl Stars. 3 of them were super lucky, and then the 4th one I bought him, but you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. Anyways, that's gonna do it for today's video, so make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know how you guys got your legendaries, or how you reacted, because I'm sure a lot of you guys freaked out when you got a legendary, because that's just how it goes. I want to try making more videos like these if you guys enjoy them, so let me know if you enjoy this, because I wouldn't mind making more videos like these. It's just that I don't ever have any topics, but I thought this would be a good one. So yeah, with all that being said, I'll see you guys later, and have a good night. I just got Spike. Oh my god, I just got Spike.